What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is CringeyJesse and this is Formula 1 Manager 23. Yes, the beginning picture does look different, and that's because I once again forgot to take a picture, but I didn't want to take a picture of the next track. I wanted to be, hey, we're going into Miami. I promise you, I will do better this time around. Not a lot of changes for the car, though. We still have that new underfloor, new front wing, and it's after this race that we will be able to start on a new rear wing. And with that, we are going to go straight into qualifying. And with us going straight into qualifying, you will see that we are in Q2, and that is because I tried something new for Q1 and just completely ran out of anything to record in Q1. But both of our drivers made it into Q1. As time runs out, trying to get Gasly out of the bottom elimination zone, and it's just not going to quite work. So once again, it is Gasly eliminated in Q2. And here is the final run in Q3 for Alonso, trying to do better than P10. Can he do so? Coming across the line up to P6. Good start. Then almost immediately, here comes Lance Stroll, who's going to go all the way up to P3 in that Aston Martin. Crazy stuff is going on here. We've got Perez. He's coming up next. With him, Sonoda. Can either one of them do any better? No, they cannot. And lastly, we have Norris, who has decided to go into the pit lane. So that, my friends, will end qualifying Q7, and I'm sorry, P7 and P14.
And this is it, the Miami Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go indeed. P7, P14, except Gasly already trying to move up to P13 and Alonso already trying to move up to P6. We will sit here and watch as we try to make sure that they can hold on to it before we move up to anything else more exciting. P13, P6, it looks like Gasly, he's definitely going to hold on to that P13. Looks like he's fighting with Bottas here too. If he could get across Bottas, that would be absolutely amazing. But we're going to go look at Alonso real quick, who is securely in P6 with a little bit of a fight in front of him. Sainz and Verstappen. Yeah, that is what that is. Moving on to lap number 5. Finally have someone moving forward as Alonso goes up the inside on Carlos Sainz in that Mercedes. Moving up one position here in lap 5, we now have a P5, a P12, as Gasly did get past Ocon somewhere without us paying any attention. On the very next lap, however, it is Pierre Gasly. We're trying to get him to catch up to Bottas as he's falling back just a little bit, and Alonso gets in front of George Russell for P3. I'm sorry, P4 that was. Now we're in P3. Because we had also gotten by somebody else, Verstappen. But Verstappen is trying to put up a little bit of a fight here. But we caught the very end of it. We caught Alonso being able to hold off Verstappen. And now trying to get in front of Stroll, who's got us 2 seconds behind Leclerc. Moving on to lap 17, however. We've got Alonso here fighting for second with Verstappen and Stroll. There was a lot of fighting between the 3 of these cars for second place. But it being lap 17, I do know that it is time for Alonso, or is it Gasly? One of them two is going to come into the pit lane. However, we're just going to go ahead and skip to when Gasly does come out. He comes out of the pit lane last. So now, with Alonso, who was P4 fighting for P2, he's out of the pit lanes at P15, and Gasly, he's out at P17. We are looking at the leader, so don't look at those times. They are not 27 seconds behind each other. Gasly is behind Ricardo, who is not too far, my bad, about 5 seconds away from him. Anyway, not a lot happened, though. Literally not a lot happened. So what we did here was we went ahead and skipped forward. We were almost exactly where we were before we went into the pit lanes the first time. We're just skipping ahead for Alonso to get into his pit lane. But not a lot happened. We basically got right back into position as everybody else boxed for their one box. Everybody went for a one stop. We went for a two stop. We're going to end on the softs. Alonso coming out P7 this time. Gasly coming out P15. But a couple of laps later, you can see Gasly gets up into P13. So not bad work for him. Alonso trying to get back up into P6. Basically where he started this race. Actually, no, he started in P7. But he did quickly move up to P6. So, I mean, forgive me for forgetting about that. As Alonso makes it past Yuki Tsunoda up into P6. P6, P13. Now we have Alonso on lap 46. Trying to get around Perez in that Red Bull. And it's a good overtake. Once again, Alonso overtakes Perez for P5. So we're looking, if we can hold him off for the next couple of laps, I want to say about 10 laps, 11 laps, we can get a top 5. However, we have a yellow flag as we have Alonso about 4 seconds behind Sainz, and it's Lance Stroll doing Lance Stroll things. Into the wall he goes. As we look up, he's in the pit lane right now. Can Alonso get in front of him with 10 laps to go? It definitely messed up Lance Stroll's opportunity for a podium. And Alonso, he will get in front of Lance Stroll. So he's now P4 with 10 laps to go in front of Perez. And now we're looking at Gasly. Lance Stroll is still in the pit lanes. He's on his way out. Can Lance Stroll catch up to... I'm sorry, can Gasly catch up to Lance Stroll at all and move up into P12? No. No, he cannot. Still with 10 laps to go, Alonso does have about a second behind Sainz. But moving up to lap 49, here comes Alonso looking for P3 around Carlos Sainz. As he gets it into turn 1 on the inside. And basically, he just took P3 away from Carlos Sainz there. So now I'm really hoping. And look, Gasly gets one as well. He's up into P12 over Lance Stroll. Oh my goodness. He's got a couple of minutes. He's got some work to do. As he is almost 7 seconds behind Ocon. But I've been noticing, if I give them an extra stint on some of these laps and it allows us to push, we can do really good things, especially Alonso, who is trying, I guess, to earn a contract for next season, as this is his last season with us at the moment. At some point, we have to put Sophia Flores out there so she can get actual experience, and I don't know if I want to put her out there with old Fernando Alonso, or if I want to get a young gun in there as well, like Pierre Gasly, if he can ever finally catch up to what Alonso's been doing, or get someone else who's younger and better, maybe be able to get Max Verstappen or Lando Norris. I know Noah's younger. Maybe do a trade-off for Theo Pourchaire, because I know he's going to be a good one. He started off young, and he's getting up there as we watch Gasly here coming down into turn 1 looking for P9 across Ocon, as he already got past Norris, pushing Ocon right off the road there. Luckily there was no touch, because that could have ended both of those drivers' race here today. Lap 54, only a couple more laps to go. Can he hold on to it? And here we are in the final lap, skipping to the end. As you can see, it is Gasly, whose name I never forget until I have to say it, right behind Yuki Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton going down the last stretch. Leclerc and Verstappen have crossed the line. Alonso taking his second podium here in second podium for the season here in Miami, I should say. Gasly getting in front of Yuki Tsunoda, now looking out the outside of Lewis Hamilton, coming down to the last couple of turns here, and he is in front of Lewis Hamilton as we speak. Only got like 2 more turns to go if they even count as turns, but it looks like Pierre Gasly will get P7 to finish out the race here in Miami. Another wonderful start. Bad qualifying for Gasly, but a great ending in the race for Gasly.
Now, didn't Fernando Alonso look really great out there today?
This podium is something the whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
A great display of team spirit there, as everyone finally gets the chance to share this moment. And that man up there is certainly no stranger to an F1 podium. Always great to see Fernando in the top 3.
A second podium of the year for them. Well earned after a demanding race out on the track.
And after a hot and sweaty Miami Grand Prix, I think this is as good a time as any to cool off. Now, Karun, I'd be really keen to know.
Alright, and that was your Miami Grand Prix here in the year 2025. Charles Leclerc is your winner, Max Verstappen getting second place, Fernando Alonso getting third, Carlos Sainz getting fourth, fifth place is George Russell, and then Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly getting P7, and then it's Lewis Hamilton, Yuki Tsunoda, and Esteban Ocon. That is your top 10 to finish the race. And as we look at the driver's standings, Max Verstappen holding a very dominant lead with 112 points. Sergio Perez right behind him with 89 points. Fernando Alonso holding on to third place with 62 points. And then it's Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton dropping down 1, George Russell dropping down 1, and Alexander Albon dropping up 1 as Charles Leclerc just jumped over all 3 of those. Lance Stroll holding on to P9 and Esteban Ocon in P10. And then we have Pierre Gasly in P11. Here's our other driver. So when it comes to driver standings, the only 2 I really care about is Fernando and Pierre, but I will always tell you the top 10. And then if one of my drivers are not in the top 10, I will definitely let you know exactly where he's at. And as of right now, he is P11 with 14 points in the driver's standings. So he has an opportunity to get in front of Esteban Ocon as long as he does better than Esteban Ocon in the next Grand Prix. Moving on to our constructors' standings, Red Bull taking number 1 right now with 201 points in the constructors' standings is absolutely wild because P2 is Mercedes with only 96 points. Red Bull has 201 points, whereas nobody else has even hit triple digits yet. It is absolutely crazy. Mercedes in P2 with 96 points, Ferrari P3 with 90 points, and Haas in P4 with 76 points. I mean, we're pulling away from Aston Martin, who's in P5, but we're not really closing that gap to Ferrari. Anyway, McLaren in P6, Williams in P7 with 8 points, Alfa Romeo P8 with 3 points, Alpine with 0 points in P9, and AlphaTauri with 0 points, P10. And that will conclude this video in Miami. Next we have Imola. I don't know how to say the entire thing. Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Anyway, that one's up next. We will have a rear wing. I cannot say words with R's like that for real. We will have a rear wing design coming up. Hoping to possibly have it by Monaco. That was the calendar update that I got, and I will show you the calendar update in the next video. But for those of you who have watched this video, I highly appreciate you watching this video. And if you liked it, please hit the like button. And if you can't wait for the next one, please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I am trying to get up to 500 by the end of the year. We have a long way to go. Anyway, but yeah, thank you for watching. And whatever it is you're going to do for the rest of the night, day, weekend, whenever you decide to watch these, even if you're one of those people who want to come back and catch up, I try to keep these videos nice and short. I try to keep them around the 15 to 20 minute mark. Sometimes I can get them as low as the 10-minute mark. If y'all want longer videos, please comment down below, because at this moment, I don't know what to do, so I'm trying to keep them nice and short. So if you want them nice and long, let me know. Let me know. If you just want me to put up a live stream on YouTube, and just leave it up, I'll do that too. Qualifying through the race. And then the beginning part of the next one, if there's any anyway, you know what I mean. Have fun doing whatever it is that you guys do, and I will see you next time.